Welcome guys to another episode of Match Report, and in this one I'm going to talk about Manchester United's match against Liverpool that was taking place on the 23rd of September, where United play Liverpool at Anfield. And to start off, it was a very emotional game because of the Hillsborough disaster report that came out a few weeks ago, and there was a lot of emotion going around the club, and Liverpool fans getting justice after 23 long years. And so it was going to be a very hard game for everyone involved within the match, and I think there were fears that there were going to be a flat atmosphere during the game because of the very kind of like emotional side of it, and that's what Alex warned against. And I have to say, when Sky was showing the beginning part where Liverpool was singing "You Never Walk Alone," I thought that United fans were behaving really well, and it was a credit to the fans, to behave themselves after Alex had written the letter to them, because there's nothing more important in life, because football, although it is a game that we all love, you can't really be disrespectful for the dead, and that just being really inhumane, if you like. So that is over and done with, and now let's go and talk about the match. So the team had a few changes from the one that played Galatasaray during midweek, with a few changes coming in the side as well. The first notable change that was Anders Lindegaard coming in for David De Gea, Rafael at right back, Rio Ferdinand and Johnny Evans at centre back, because Alex reports after the game, because Nemanja Vidic had felt a little tight in his knee, and that was the injury obviously that kept him out for so long last season. And it wasn't worth taking the risk playing him this week than him being out for the next, say, 3-4 weeks while his knee recovers. And I think there was a lot of shock from every United supporter when the team was announced, where was Nemanja Vidic, etc. But again, Alex knew what to do, and I thought Johnny Evans and Fernand's partnership last year told everyone that they could play together. Patrice Evra continued at left back, contradicting reports that Buchner might have got the nod, but Evra, his experience carried him through, I guess. And then there was Valencia, Carrick, Giggs, and Kagawa, Nani completing the midfield. There was reports that we might play 4-3-3 with Valencia and Nani up the top, but I think it was more a kind of like 4-5-1 almost at times. And Kagawa, he was playing behind Van Persie, who was the lone man. So that was the complete lineup of the United team. So the game started, very kind of like almost flat as well, just after the "You Never Walk Alone" song from the Liverpool supporters. And although we had a nice passage or play in the first 5 minutes, after that we went missing. And fair credit to Liverpool, they started playing their way with Brendan Rodgers, and they started dominating the midfield, passing through Allen, Steven Gerrard and Jonjo Shelvey, and at times we weren't handling him, although they didn't have many clear shot chances. And to be fair to Liverpool, they had the best chance of the first half when it was a training ground move, when it was a corner kick passed straight to Steven Gerrard, and he narrowly missed, and that was basically the best chance of the half. Again, Liverpool dominated throughout, and that was the worst I've ever seen United play for quite a while. We didn't get going at all. Kagawa and Robin Van Persie were basically spectators throughout the first half. The midfield couldn't get any balls into Kagawa for him to dictate play. Nani and Valencia, really uncharacteristic of themselves, unable to trouble either left backs or full backs. So it was a really disappointing half, to be fair, from United as a whole. And overall, I thought we were really lucky to get to half time at 0-0, but there was a major incident just before. On the 39th minute, Jonjo Shelvey went over the top, a bit of a reckless, scissor challenge similar to David Luiz with Johnny Evans, and he consequently got a red card. It was at a time, in real time, I thought that was a really nasty challenge. Looking at back replay, I still think it was a red card, but perhaps you could see the argument for yellow, but I think just the reckless nature of it really proved that it was a red card. And what I don't like about him as well, Shelby, was that as he walked off, he had a go at Sir Alex Ferguson as well, and I think that he's going to look back at that and regret that decision, and hopefully he'll see that stupidity that he did there, and apologise to Sir Alex afterwards. So the first half, we were lucky to be the scoreline at 0-0, but they had a man reduced. So second half, it was hopefully there was a better performance. The hairdryer might have come out, etc. But that wasn't the case, because 5 minutes into the 5 minutes after the break, Steven Gerrard took the lead for Liverpool after really slack play from United. It was almost the same performance. It didn't look like Sir Alex had said anything in dressing room. They came out very sloppy, balling. Steven Gerrard chested down, had all the time in the world to get his left foot, and to be fair to Gerrard, it was a really great technique, and the shot went past Anders Lindegaard without didn't give Anders any chance of getting there. And there was faults, I guess, in that goal that Ryan Giggs should have stayed with Gerrard, but I thought Johnny Evans and Patrice Evra could have closed him down a lot earlier as well. So overall, it was a bad goal to concede, but we did get back in it very quickly with a great goal from Raphael, who, to be fair, was tenacious throughout the afternoon, and was looking like the only player who wanted to be on field, fighting for every ball, jumping headers, winning headers, etc. And so on the 51st minute, Raphael went into the Liverpool box. Valencia crossed it into Kagawa, who chested down for Raphael, and produced an exquisite left-footed finish into the far corner, leaving Reina with no chance. I mean, you have to see this goal to believe how good it was, and for a right back. But again, he is Brazilian, and they are capable of anything, and Raphael proved that again. He very well taken goal, and I think it was proven that we needed that goal in order to lift our spirits and our play to complete the job, because again, Liverpool were down to 10 men, and we had to seize control. With Paul Scholes coming on at half time, that obviously helps with his dictate of play, and his passing is always superior to a lot of other midfielders within the team, not even the league. So Paul Scholes came on, dictate play after the Raphael's goal, and after that we started to play the ball, but fair play again to Liverpool. They did press us still, and even though they were down to 10 men, they still looked dangerous on the attack, and at times I thought we were really lucky. Suarez a couple times nearly got a penalty shout, but I think his reputation went before him. So so it was at times really lucky, and we were riding our luck at 1-1. And again, that's what you have to do when you want to be champions. You have to dig out results when things are not going your way, and especially when you're not playing well. And on the 81st minute, we had a penalty after a great counter-attack from Valencia, riding challenge from both Daniel Agger and Glenn Johnson on the right-hand side, surging into the box, and then Glenn Johnson, I think, clipped the back of his heel, and then consequently Valencia went over for a penalty. And then due to the injury of Agger a few moments earlier in that process, there was a 4 or 5 minutes wait for Van Persie before he can take the penalty. And we have missed the last 3 of our penalties, and it was a really nervous time waiting for it, because of that of that recent record, but also, you know, the historical record between us and Liverpool, and how we've lost 3 of the last 4 games at Anfield. So there was a lot of riding on Van Persie's kick, and you know, contradictory to his penalty kick at Southampton, he truly thumped this one into the right hand side. Reina, you know, credit to him, nearly saved it, but the strike, the power of the strike just carried it through, and accuracy as well. So that made it 2-1 to Red on the 81st minute. And, you know, because of all the stoppage time during the match due to injuries, etc., there's 5 minutes added on, and Liverpool again pressed, but it almost kind of like fizzled out towards the end, because both teams, I think, has given a lot of energy towards the match, and the emotional side of it before almost took it off. And also, midway through the second half, I just want to go back to highlight a really good save from Luis Suarez from Anders Lindegaard, who I thought played quite well today. He wasn't that tested, even though the amount of possession Liverpool possessed. You know, Lindegaard proved himself at times when he was needed. So after this performance, I'm guessing that he's going to be continue in goal for the bigger games until, you know, he has a dip in form, or he's injured, and, you know, David De Gea then might have another chance to prove his case. But overall, the game finished 2-1, and it was a really, really good result from the Reds. Although we played dreadfully, I thought, you know, the skill and experience carried us through. You know, we still relied on Giggs, Scholes, Carrick to dictate a play, and their experience really helped us as well in central midfield. And, you know, Van Persie, again, his goal scoring record speaks to itself. His 5th league goal now for the Red Devils since his arrival from Arsenal. So he's proven and living up to his price tag. Kagawa didn't do a lot today. I think that was a culture shock for him. You know, the rivalry, he wouldn't have experienced anything like this. You know, the biggest game in Germany he would have played in is Dortmund Munich, and they're not exactly neighbours, and they don't have the historical kind of like context that would have been, you know, the same as a United Liverpool match. So Kagawa struggled at times today, but still he was involved with the Raphael goal. So he's gonna learn and develop himself, you know, getting stronger every week as he plays. So there's a lot more to come from him as well. Overall, though, the Reds need to improve a lot more, you know, dictating play, need to start from the first whistle if we are going to win against Tottenham next week. There's a game on Wednesday against Newcastle in the Capital One Cup. I'm unlikely to provide a match report just because it's the midweek game and have a lot of work to do during midweek, but hopefully I'll provide you a match report against Tottenham next weekend. So there you guys have it for another episode of Match Report. Please leave your comment below on any of the topics you want to talk about today. My man of the match was Raphael, just because of his, you know, aggression and, you know, tenacity throughout the game, and especially that superb goal he scored as well that got us back into the game. So who was your man of the match? Leave a comment below, guys, and otherwise please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.